Hey everybody, it's Vex here. Um, it's been probably over a month since I made a video, maybe even 2 months. I don't know when the last one I made was. That's mostly because I just haven't had the need to make maps lately. My Tomb of Annihilation game is they're past all the like exploring Chult air like part of it, and they've been in the dungeon for about 2 months now. They're getting close to being done. They're on the fifth level of the dungeon, so they only have one more level, and then I kill them all. At least that's my plan. I'm sure they plan on you know surviving. Silly players. And then I've got another game going that I haven't had a need for any maps. However, I just recently started running Descent into Avernus, and that is actually being streamed on Discord, on the Grim Press Discord. And I ran into in the first session, I ran into a battle where I was glad I had a map, but I didn't really have one prepared, and I didn't have any random maps prepared. So I've been kind of working to make some random city encounter maps for Baldur's Gate, and I wanted to do that with Dungeondraft, and that's one of the things that's also delayed me making more videos. Is I really wanted to figure out Dungeondraft before I just started throwing up videos and telling you guys what to do and stuff, and or how to do things. So one of the things I wanted to show, and you might notice this configuration of the stream looks a little strange. Part of that is because I did build a new computer in the last 3 weeks or so. It's about 3 weeks old now. Lot faster. Well, not I don't know. I went from like an i7 4790K to a i9 9900K. I'm still using the same 1070 Ti as my video card, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna upgrade to a 2080 Super probably by the end of this month. And then actually one of my roommates wants to buy my 1070, which that's cool. Means some extra money in my pocket after the fact. Anyway, enough about my kind of humble bragging about my computer. Which I didn't mean to do, but I guess I just kind of rambled into it. But that's one of the things that's also delayed things. But because of that, I also got a widescreen monitor, which is why you're seeing at the bottom of the screen here, all this area. That's the full monitor, my ultra wide. And then I figured I'd fill in the space with my camera and a little bit of Windows Explorer in the background because there is some file management stuff that I wanted to show you guys. So I did make in my mapping folder, as you can see under the heading here. If I'm pointing using my pointer, is my pointer showing up in stream? It doesn't look like it is. Hold on. Let me go to, where is that? It should be showing up. That's weird. Oh, well, you can see where I'm highlighting. But if you see, like, I'm in my PC, then pictures, and then I have a mapping folder, and I have a whole bunch of stuff in here. I have a temporary folder where I just throw some maps that I'm like, that might be useful, and then I delete them. They're just copies. I have all the 2-minute tabletop maps in here. And then I have like a whole bunch of subfolders with other maps. My DPS folder for Dungeon Painter Studio. This is my Dungeondraft folder. But also I needed a place to put my Dungeondraft assets, which is what this folder's for. So if you come in here, let me make the file names a little bit smaller so you can see. I went all the way around, didn't I? Hold on. Just go to list. Okay, so you can see I've got all these packs here, and if I scroll all the way down, I don't think you can see it. Oh, I just got a pop up. I don't know why that popped up. Anyway, you can't really see it, but just because of the if I make this on top for a second, there we go. You can see I've got a custom set that I made because I wanted to be able to recolor some of the stuff from Dungeon Painter Studio, or not for the stuff that I used to use in Dungeon Painter Studio, in Dungeondraft. And Dungeondraft has a built-in feature for recoloring things, so I wanted to kind of show that off in this video. Making the asset packs is a little complicated. It's not super complicated, but it is not easy. And I'm hoping in the future they make it a little easier. They make it a little automated. Um, but if you follow the guide and you read it and you go slow, if you're not comfortable with what it's asking you to do, you still can get it done. You just have to plod along, and I did figure it out. So we're going to go ahead and make a map here, and I'm going to use a mixture of the built-in assets as well as the 2-minute tabletop assets. So the way I want to do this is I'm going to first kind of plot out where, I think first I'm going to actually add, because I understand the way this works with the terrain. If I want gravel showing anywhere, which I do, I got to put gravel like everywhere. And I think isn't there a way to fill? Fill. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. So I'm just going to fill it with gravel first. And then I'm going to go back up here to the building tool. And it doesn't really matter if I put down floor or not. I just want walls. And I think I found that these nice wood walls were kind of the right width. So I'm just going to be mapping out where I want. You know what? I just realized I don't want to do this yet. So, okay, so the next step for me at least is to put down some of those recolored assets, like I said. So I'm going to go down here to Vex, and they'll bring them up on here on the side. So this is what I'm talking about. I took all these assets over here on the side, or if I browse into textures, where's objects? I'm blind. So you can see some of them there in the upper part of the screen. But they all have a red color, you'll notice, or at least most of them do. And that's because when they're a shade of red in Dungeon Painter Studio, or not, I keep saying Dungeon Painter Studio, Dungeondraft, you can actually use this custom color over here to recolor them. So for instance, if I want like a dark blue roof, and maybe I want it to be a less gray and more blue, like that, I can do that. Now that's pretty dark, so I want to go lighter. And there we go. That's kind of blue, like too blue. So now I want to go a little grayer. But it allows me to do custom stuff, which is what I wanted to do. So I'm also going to scale, oops, I'm not used to the controls yet. I'm going to scale this up, go to about, and you know what, once I made everything gravelly, I can't see the ground anymore. It's snapping to the grid, I know that much, but I still like to be able to see the grid. So I'm gonna Control Z both of those. There we go. Get rid of it. Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna unsnap actually, because I want to be able to put these exactly where I want to put them. And maybe it's just the scale. If I go all the way to 2, exactly 2, that might fit in better with what I want. I kind of want these to just hang over just a little bit like that. I'm not used to the zoom. At least moving around the map feels the same. Just grab it with middle mouse and drag. Let's get a. Ooh, I like the green. Let's see. I do want a really big building here at an angle for this map that I have in my head. And that works with the green roof. Okay, and then no. Ooh, I like the way that looks, but I don't know. We'll find out. Let me get it arranged first. Oh, no button to twirl. Okay. No, I kind of want the full building there. Okay. It's not big enough though. What is it? It's Alt. Okay. Still getting used to these controls. But so far, I'm really happy with Dungeondraft. I've only used it for a couple maps so far, but happy. A little more orange. I like that. Okay, but we gotta go smaller. What we at there? 1.5. Okay. And then narrow little alleyway there. And then I need something over here. Okay. I've already got a blue, but maybe another shade of blue. That one's not bad, actually. I'll just go with the default there. Okay. And flip it around. I want it to face this way. And then I need another one. There we go. I like going through the default colors. I do like that they have default colors. That's very, very useful. And I like that you can add like a custom one that maybe, ooh, like a nice purple would be good. I'm a fan of purple. It's too purple. Oh well. How about nice just black? Ooh, like a gray. Yes. Okay. Just realized that works really well for what I want to do. And that is, I need another building here, but I don't want it to look so much the similar as the one above it. Or the one below it, I mean. But if I line it up like that, it is going to look that way. That's okay. Okay, so the basic idea of this particular map is that this is going to be like a temple or a church. This is going to be a large tavern, and then the other buildings, it doesn't really matter what they are, but and then there's going to be I'm going to try and do some sort of fountain right here, not a statue because I did a map with a statue, and so I'm going to do something a little different. So before I forget, now that I've got that lined up, I want to go to the ground tool. Where was that? The terrain tool, and do a fill. Okay, and then I'm still going to do actual terrain, not terrain. Is it the building tool that I want? And yeah, I'm going to put down some cobblestone, but I'm going to be selective where I put down the cobblestone. I am going to go ahead and go back to snap to grid. So all around the church to about there is cobblestone, and then there's like cobblestone road. And then cobblestone right there. And then it doesn't really matter, but all of that is cobblestone. I'm not sure I like the way that looks. I don't know. We're going to find out. Now, here's the question. If I go in and zoom in and I do wall, why did it not make a wall? Oh, because I'm not on the wall tool. Cobble. And I might as well go all the way up. And then you do, what is it? Right click to finish. Does that look like a curbside? It does. But I can't remember if that will work with the lighting I want to do. I can do a test, I'm sure. Okay, shadow off. Okay, that got rid of the shadow. So now, here's the question. If I go to lighting, light? No, it's hitting this wall. I don't want it to hit the wall though. And I haven't quite figured out. I know there's a way to level settings, create, above ground. Whoa. What just happened? What did I do? Okay, that. Oh no, levels are for levels are for when you want to do like 2 maps. That's right. How do you do? What is this? That's for tracing. That's for the grid color, camera filters. Okay. There's a way to do this. I could have swore I saw it last time. Oh, if I select the wall, I thought there was a way to make it so that the walls don't block light. Maybe it's in the lighting tool. I mean, I can always put the problem is I'd like to have that cobblestone. Okay, here's the question. If I do, okay, that's not working. I'm trying to undo, but I think if I have to just select the wall and then delete it. Okay, what if I put them in a different order? What if I do the light first and then go put in a wall? Off. Nope, blocks it. Okay, so got to figure out how to do this. There's a way. And maybe you don't use walls. Maybe that's where I'm screwing up. Maybe there's a way to do it without doing walls. I mean, there is another option, and I'm just overlooking it. But if I go to the 2-minute table stop stuff, what is it? It's like, can always use these. Like, and use these as the edges. But if I do that, I'm going to scale them down quite a bit. And I don't like that they're bright white. Might have to go in and make those colorable. I have a feeling I'm going to do that with a lot of stuff. Could have swore there was another area where there was road stuff. Is it the city street tiles? But these are just tiles. Basic building assets. Oh, you know what I could do? I think I have to save it and reload it, but I could pull in the dungeon stuff. Well, that's a whole like other video though. I'm wasting a lot of your time. So let me I think we'll just go ahead and use the ones that are in the road one. I'll probably use this one. And let's zoom in. Oh, that's nice. Right click rotates. I didn't know that. Discovering new things all the time. I think I want them on the inside. Nah, this side's better. Okay, and I'm sure it won't let me do a custom color. Yeah. It would be nice if I could. So let's see. How big do I want the scale, though? It's like 2 squares. You know, this doesn't look as bad as I thought it did. I'm kind of liking it. The white looks interesting. These don't want to line up the way I want them to. But that's why you can take snap off. And then I'm going to go ahead and select this one. And just move it up a little bit like that. And then I'm not going to worry about the building, it being under the building. I'm going to fix that anyway when I do the walls. So let's just go back to, we need some more right here and right here and all the way around there. So back to objects. I'm going to turn the snap back on because it did make it nicer. And you know me, I like to mix up my assets a little bit just to give it some variation. Home. It's still. Sorry, I'm singing along to my iTunes, which you can't hear. Try not to do that. I'm gonna come back to that spot in a second because I'm gonna have to do it by Oops. Oh. See, I'm still not used to the way you move around. Okay, and just use the short one. Okay. Now we'll move things around. Oh, I need to turn off snap. And again, I'm not worried about the the fact that they're overlapping. I always hit the terrain one. Okay. Okay. I screwed up here. And then this one needs to move back too. Okay, let's I do kind of like the way this looks actually. So the reason I'm not worried about these is because I can click on them and then I can move them to above walls. I'm not ready to do that yet because I want to see where the walls are. Well, actually, I can do that now. I don't think it'll matter. Oops, not the custom color. Above walls. Above walls. Oh, I've still got a light source right there. Let's delete that. Oops. There we go. Oops. I think I moved it a little bit. That's okay. I'm moving it back a little bit. Kind of looks good. Above walls. Above walls. Okay, that one's above walls, above walls, above walls. Great. So they're all above walls. Now I just need some walls. Okay, so we're gonna go back. Now we're gonna use the wall tool for sure. I think I found that the wood tool was the thinnest when I did a little test. I'll repeat the test because I honestly don't remember. Let me compare. Yeah, they're pretty dang close. In this case, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the wood tool still. Just because I don't think it'll look weird if it does show through a little bit. So, and notice I don't have snap on for this, and that is on purpose. So I don't want to go all the way to the edge because it'll show through. Actually, let me go this way first. But I'm going to go around, and I'm going to put walls inside of all of these, kind of just a little bit. And like that. And then out to here, out to about here, and then make it snap. Now it should disappear and you shouldn't see the wall anywhere on the outside. That's the idea. And we might have to come back and move them out a little bit, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and start right here. And like that. Now, you don't have to go all the way around like the outer edge, but I don't know. I've just gotten in a habit of doing that. This is a big long wall. So I'm actually going to do this in pieces because it's important that it, especially if I'm going to add lights and this is going to be a big tavern. If I'm going to do a night version, which, I mean, if you've got Dungeondraft, you might as well do night versions of maps because the lighting is super easy to do. But that's why we're putting these walls in. If I was just doing a daytime version, I wouldn't even need these walls. But these walls are really just there to block light, so that when we're doing our lighting surfaces, our lighting sources, they won't like look like they're on top of the buildings. They'll look like they're inside the buildings. Okay. This is a little bit tedious, but I think it's worth it. It's worth the payoff. And I've been saying it for months, but I hope people are realizing Those of you who watch my videos and are always asking me questions and stuff. See that right there? The wood went through. We're gonna have to move that. I can either redo it or move it, and it's stuck through in a lot of places. I'm gonna redo it. So we're gonna move it back just a little bit. I'd rather have the light stick through in an odd way than have like this weird brown thing along the edge of the building. So I got too close, I think. And I'm not even sure there's going to be light right here. I haven't decided yet. We'll see what it looks like. Okay. I think I can't remember if we did the church building. It's too late. I know. I started doing this video because I just finished doing the assets. See right there? This little area is now there's a way. Maybe you do it. Okay, maybe you do it with the wall tool. It's edit points. Yeah, see, and now I can see that. I'm just tucking it in behind underneath the ceiling there. Okay, I did do this building. The edit points tool is helping us right there because I didn't remember. I'm just going around and looking for anywhere else that I see those wood walls peeking out. But so far, I don't see any spots, so I think we did good. Oh, right there. Just a little bit. And right there. I think it was fine. Okay. So we did the walls, we got our buildings, we got our ground, which I like it. Yeah. I could have made this and I think I still can. I can select maybe I can't. But the flooring when we did our pattern shape here, I could make it lighter. It's right there. Just make it a little bit lighter. And I'll show you what I mean. Let me go back to snap. But no, I like it this way. Part of the reason for that is if this does come up as a random metal map, it's going to come up in Baldur's Gate, and Baldur's Gate's supposed to be a little bit dark and gritty, and so I think that works. So the next thing we want to do is add some details. So we're going to do that with objects, of course. I do want to kind of build a fountain. And so the first thing I'm going to go do over here is kind of scroll through the tags. I'm pretty sure there's not just fountain. I've never seen one that just said fountain. However, I know there's the river and water assets, so I could throw a bunch of different things together. There is. It's not grass and road. What is it? It's Is it castle furniture that there's like a. And maybe I'm misremembering, but there is a couple of ways that we can do this. Let's see. I want to build a fountain. Decorations. Nope. Floating? I don't know what that is. Oh, there is a fountain. What? I'm blind. Okay, there's fountains. So let's zoom in, and we're gonna make these a lot bigger. Um, so we can look at different fountains. I kind of like that one. No, no. Let's go back to this one. Okay, so we're gonna make this smaller now. That is a 20 by 20 fountain. That's a big fountain already. So I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, but basically the same shape, same size. So now it's like, now it's closer to about, what is that, 10? That's about 15 feet, isn't it? Yeah, 15 feet across on all sides. That's about the size that I want. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in. Oh, that's cool. It's got like a little. I could put some of those on. Those look cool. But I'm gonna make them a lot smaller if I do that. On the other hand, maybe not. My original plan was to have just like a statue in the center. And there's one that I saw earlier. Yeah, this like woman. And then just want to orient. About like that. I think that looks cool. And then we're going to add some more detail. Because, statues and monuments. Oh, that one's broken. I think. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go to we're actually gonna go to the 2-minute, where is it? 2-minute treasure. And we're gonna grab some of the loose change, and we're gonna scale it way down. And okay, I need to turn off snap. We're gonna just test this and see how it looks. Okay, that's enough, probably. Maybe a few more. Okay. And then we're gonna go to, it's in the terrain stuff. Water brush. Okay, so oh, it's not doing it. See, this is something I've encountered, that I don't think I can do water on top of other things. If there's a way to do it, I haven't quite figured it out. Um, See, it's underneath all this other stuff. I thought there was a way to do it. I haven't quite figured it out though. I thought there's a way to do water on top of objects, but I haven't figured it out yet. Um, Not that that's important. This was just a little detail that I was thinking might be fun. Just Control Z all those. Okay. It's not important. We can always do. I don't want to scatter. We can always do some other details, like people leaving offerings or something, or just like maybe some clay pots sitting on the. Sitting over here. And actually, these are in my own category. I can recolor these. Where are my pots? So I got a custom color here. That one looks a little strange. But if we go, uh, uh, No. I think that's a cool detail. Just a little, some pots. Okay. So there is that. I do want to add like a cart. And the carts I want to add, I don't want to do the built-in carts. I want to do the ones from the Bandit camp from 2 Minute Tabletops. At least I think they're in here. I know there's some carts. There's like carts like this, but I thought there was I thought there was like stuff that you could put in the back of the cart. And maybe I'm thinking of a different asset pack which wasn't immediately converted, or maybe they're in the camp ones. Not Bandit camp, but no, I thought they were. And maybe these are the ones. Yeah, these are the ones I was thinking of. Okay. So you got like a load of something in this cart sitting there. And then there's like, I'm going to do under. Oops. Let me zoom in so I get this right. I want them like piled up here, but under the cart. And then I'm going to put in some crates. And let's see. Nope, not buildings. So Bandit Camp has some extra crates. They look a little funky though. A little small. That one's not bad. And then if I actually go down here, they've got some crates too, I believe. Crate, which I like. And theirs are sized completely differently, but if I put them, let's see. How do I want this? Looks like a crate of bananas. Okay. It's like I planned it or something. Okay, what else do I want to do? Detail-wise. I kind of grabbed all this stuff and I realize now that I want to move all of it. Nah, it's okay there. Let's see. And now that I'm looking at it, it's all way too small. I just realized that. So let's resize everything. Might as well show you how you resize stuff. So you select it and just make it bigger. So yeah, it's not gonna be weird for that cart to be 15 feet long at all. Even more than that. I'll make it a little bit smaller. And then, okay. Leave that one small. Oh, I'm going to stack these. Yeah, that looks cool. Okay, and then definitely make these more like the default scale that they were. I don't know why I futzed around with it. Is that a word? Futz? It's probably Yiddish if it is a word. Come on, deselect. There we go. No, I like them stacked. There we go. Okay, now it looks more like a 5-foot scale. I don't know why I made them so small. Okay, and that definitely fills in a lot more space than initially. Let's see, detail-wise, I thought I had some other ideas, so I do want to put like some sort of indication visual cue that oh, that's funny. Can I actually you can't recolor that one? That dragon head is like permanently gray. That's weird. That's a default. Oh no, it's a wolf head. Okay, that might be why. Um Trophy dragon head. That one's green. I mean, I could put it hanging here off of the church, but that looks weird. I did want something like kind of hanging off of the church to indicate over. It needs to be above walls. There we go. I did want something like sitting up here on top of the church to indicate that, this is a church or something, but I don't think that's what I want, like this big flag. On the other hand, on this like tavern, that looks kind of cool, and it matches the roof a little bit, that color, but it's not quite. Um, what if I go under? How's that look? Yeah, but then I gotta make it bigger. I like the way that looks. Okay. I still need something for on top of the church, though. Not a cage. Nothing in camp. I want something that looks... Creature? No. I already looked in decor. Decorations. I don't think so, but I could use a combination of things. Let's see. There were the fountains, but there were also... Oh, that's from the 2-minute tabletop stable stuff. That's their stable stuff. Statues. I could do another statue up on top of the church. I have to go over. Something like this. I'm not sure. I'd like to be able to recolor almost everything. Like, that's my wish. I wish they had a button. See, this one is override color, and I wish, like, that actually... Like, the override color, if you hit accept, it, like, actually overrid the color of what you're holding. I really wish it did that. Because then you wouldn't have to import things as colorable or whatever, but I understand why it is the way it is. See, now just a colorable object that's almost nondescript up here almost works. Or maybe a couple of objects, and I build like a... That might work, actually. That's as big as it gets. That's the other thing I don't like is... Maybe if I go in and... Hold on. Maybe I can actually Scale it even bigger. Oh, you can. Okay. That's way too big, but okay. Back to objects. Oops. See, now that to me looks like a golden cross or something like that up on top, and it indicates a church. I'm not sure that really works for a fantasy setting necessarily because, I mean, crosses are more of a Christian, our world thing. I mean, I always put like some sort of monster, you know, statue. Trees, vegetation. I'll go looking through my recolor stuff. The only thing I can think of is I could stick like a big dragon head up here on this thing. Um, it's a little big. It looks a little funky though. It might be because I have something selected. There we go. Object. I'm thinking. Um, it's not right. Okay. So my choices so far at this point are um either this like golden cross that I made or like a big huge statue. On the other hand, I could do something where like there are like little statues at the corners, statuary, and then one big statue in the middle. Um I think that's what I'm going to do is the statuary cuz it just makes more sense for the setting of like D&D or fantasy. So, let's see. We're going to do I think I kind of like this big like shielded statue guy in the center. Either that or one of these big like horse riders. Not the Sphinx, I don't think. And this looks a little too evil. It's not necessarily going to be an evil church, but um and the Sphinx thing doesn't really fit. So I think I'll do this fairly large. Like that. And then these ones are going to be much smaller. Like thus and thus. And then I actually think I want to build some like steps here. And I don't know if I can do that, but I'm going to try. So we're going to go to user layer because they're going to go underneath down here. And you know what? I know how to do it. And so I'm going to save as. And we're calling this Baldur's Gate Courtyard Outside Church 30 by 30. And then we are going to go to assets, and I want the dungeon, like the dungeon builder assets. I'm looking for dungeon room builder. And I'm sure it's going to tell me, yeah, you've modified the selection of custom packs to use for that. Please save and reopen the map. So I did save already. So I'm going to go open. That's what you do. Open. And then courtyard outside church. And I think I should have those assets now. Dungeon room builder. Accept. You know what? I might have to relaunch. And if I have to, if it screws up, I'll be sorry. Yep, it just crashed. Okay. I am sorry, guys. I don't know why this happens. Yeah. Assets. Let me make sure it's still selected. That might be why. Dungeon. Where was the dungeon traps? Dungeon room builder. Accept. Open. Nope. Okay then. What if we? Okay, hold on. Sometimes you can trick it out. So let me make sure. Dungeon room builder is on. Okay. And then we do new. Okay. Now we do open. Ha! I tricked it. I tricked it. And dungeon room builder, it's there. Good. Okay. So there's these nice curved pieces that I can make into a cool curved stairway if I do it right. I mean, I could also use walls or the paths, but I don't know if I can do it right. I mean, I'll try. I'll try with the paths. There's like this path. What is this one? What's it called? Cliff. I don't think that'll look right. Chain. Wooden fence. Oh, those are the shadow ones. I don't know if that one has a name. Like most of these paths, though, they don't look right. And I'll show you what I mean. Like even if I use this, and I know there's a way to do curd. You hold shift. So let's say the path starts here, and you do hold shift. Oh, I want it to come out to 1, 2. Let's say there. Oh, that's the wrong. Okay, cursor. Okay, let's try that again. But you'll see, I don't think this path is going to be right. So it's going to go from there to there to make it even. It just looks funky. It doesn't look like stairs in the way that we want to do stairs. Also, I don't know why this. Oh, because I did it wrong. But anyway, so let's go back to our objects. Dungeon room builder. Okay, we got this object here. Make sure I've got the right ones. These are the ones I want, I think. Okay. Little bit bigger. That's a little too big. Okay. Like that. And then, I don't know if I... if I go under and then go small. with this thing. I want it just a little bit bigger. I don't think I can. There are the individual ones. Could always do that. That's too big. Like thus. Cool stairway leading into a big old church. Or, you know, whatever you want to call it. And there actually are some darker ones if you like the darker ones. Like we could have used this leading up inside. But I went with the white because it kind of matches the curb. So, other details that we want to add before we do the lighting, because I like to do the lighting last. Got a cluster of stuff there. I'm trying to think if I want anything else. I don't want to go super overboard on super detailed. Plus, I've been recording for an hour, so I should probably just finish this up. And I can't think of anything else that I want to do, so I showed you what I want to do. And because we built this right, we should be able to. So I'm going to go ahead and export. This is the daytime version already. So let me save it again. Export. Not PNG. I'm going to do JPEG. I'm going to turn the grid off. And you know what? I forgot to do my grid key square. I always do a grid key square. Although I have figured out that they don't quite work exactly the same as I'm used to. Where do I want to put this? I like to have like a nice spot to use, but I'm not seeing one. I mean, I guess I could put it back over here on top of the church. But the church is kind of a place that you look at. I guess back over here. So, one by one. And that didn't go up on top. I put it above. It should be above walls. But it's not on top of objects. That's right. Dang it. It's one of those weird quirks. I'm not used to this particular program for that reason. So, how do I do this? I mean, I could put it back over here, but then it looks like it's part of the map. I mean, I know it's 30 by 30, but not everyone. If I share this, not everyone will. Oh well. We'll deal with that another time. I'm going to go ahead and just export it as is. So JPEG, grid off, lighting, it doesn't matter. Source, oh, that's for, okay, brightness, focus, overlay. I don't have an overlay. No camera filter. Grid presets. I do want it at 50 pixels. Do I? Yeah. No, I'm gonna go ahead and do it my standard 100 and resize down. I like the way that works. Okay, so export Baldur's Gate. Oh, no apostrophe. Baldur's Gate Courtyard what do we call it? Courtyard church? Courtyard outside church. 30 by 30. Okay. And it popped up in the folder over there. And then we're going to go ahead and do the lighting one. So if we go to, here we go, environment, ambient light. We're outdoors, so we want like a dark blue. Oh, that's super dark. Too blue. Too dark. That's good. And then we're going to add some lights. So we're going to have some lights coming out of the church. Now, there's a bunch of different lighting styles that you can choose from, and that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I'm going to do... Sorry, I said the lights are coming out of the church. They're going to be coming out of this tavern, kind of all the way around this tavern. But I'm trying to figure out how intense I want them to be. I think like 0.8. 0.8. And the range looks good. So I'm going to do one here. And one here. And one here. And one here. I'm not going to have any windows along this road, so no light coming out. And then one here. And that represents that this is like the front room, but maybe the front room goes all the way around, like it wraps around. And this is the kitchen side. Maybe it's a really big. So, and then there's like a light here. And then we're going to do some more lights just for fun. Maybe some people over here have like lights on, but we're gonna go with more of the default color, and then we're gonna take the intensity down even more to like a 6, and the range down to about 3. And these are going to be much softer lights. So, just like that. And I like the way that looks. Just like that. So, save it again, export, same settings. Oh, that's why it's popping up the folder. Okay, export, and I'm gonna save this one as the same thing, but I'm gonna add night. And the only other thing I need to do with either of these is now resize them for Fantasy Grounds usage and add the 2-minute tabletop logo, so that I can share them and it doesn't where am I looking for? Pictures. Oh, that's where they are. There's my watermark. Okay. File. No, not new. Outside church, outside church. Okay. And since I don't have a grid key square, I'll have to figure out where I want to put this logo. Whoa. Come on. Oh, there it goes. I'm so used to now. I'm used to moving around the map in Dungeondraft. I'm trying to use Dungeondraft controls. Okay, I think I'll just stick that there for the night version, and the same thing for the day version. Come on, zoom in. Oh, is that the same size? I guess it is. They look like they're different sizes, but it might just be I lined this one up differently. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and save this for Fantasy Grounds. Oh, it's set to PNG. It's taking forever. I'm so spoiled. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and go 50%. So it's 50 pixels. And I don't want it saved in objects. I want it in mapping. Dungeondraft finished. And then I'm gonna actually save the Photoshop file, close it, and 50%, save, in finished, and save the Photoshop file. And that's it. It only took me over an hour and 15 minutes to make those. That one map. I'm a lot slower with Dungeondraft now, but there was a lot of figuring things out and getting things, set up. But yeah. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a learning process for me. But yeah, that's. I think Dungeondraft is definitely my new map making software of choice. Especially as I learn to use it more and get more assets included and such in it. So see you later, everybody.